Hi everyone, it's Tara from Missu. I am on this week to show you a little infill on my mum's nails. So at the minute she has an overlay. I did an overlay just with a couple of coats of my strengthener and then painted a colour on. Normally she has the Brush Up Builder Gel in a brown colour, it's a discontinued colour, so she wants to go back to that because she thinks it lasts her longer. So I'm doing that today. So I hope you all enjoy. I'm going to do like a little step-by-step of how I remove nails for an infill, and then how I do my prep and all the rest. So I'll go through all of that and hope you enjoy. So I always start off with my cleansing spray. This just disinfects my hands as well as my client's hands and give them a little rub. I then start with pushing back my cuticles. I go in at a 45-degree angle, so not too high up that you're digging into the natural nail bed and not too flat that you're digging into the skin. I then remove the gel. I remove all of the colour and any gel that's lifting off the natural nail bed, and I use a 100 to 150 file for this. I also take down the length and shape the nails. So this is just me removing the rest of them. I then go on and use my sponge buffer and just buff over all of the nails after I've used my file. And then I go back to my cuticle work, so I start with the cuticle nippers, nip off any dead skin, and then go back in with my cuticle pusher. So I use the flat side of the cuticle pusher and kind of scrape along the nail bed as I'm coming out from underneath the cuticle, and then I also go around it with the short scrapey side, I call it, just to kind of remove any dead skin or any dust that has went underneath the cuticle from me removing the nails. The reason why I leave my cuticle work to after filing is because I find that if you do all your cuticle work first, that it is easier to cut a client or just to make them a wee bit less comfortable if you accidentally scrape their cuticle with the file. So that's why I leave the cuticle work until this part. Once I'm happy with my prep, I then just remove all the dust with a little scrubby brush and then start with my base coat. I always start slightly below the cuticle and push the product up towards the cuticle, and try and get as close to the skin as you can down your side walls without actually touching the skin. If you do touch the skin with the product, just make sure to remove this before you cure it in the light, because this will cause lifting. So once I got my base coat on all 5 fingers, I then went and added my strengthener. So strengthener just adds that little bit of extra strength. I don't use it on every single client, but with a polish and a overlay, I use it all the time. So this is me then adding my strengthener, and again I start just slightly below the cuticle, push the product up towards the cuticle and then pull away. Also remember to cap your gels, so just run along the free edge of your nail to prevent any lifting or chipping. For this look I used 2 Brush Up Builder gels, Brown Eyed Girl and Cocoa. Brown Eyed Girl is a limited edition one from last year or the year before, so unfortunately you can't get this. However, we do have other little Brush Up Builder gels, and we do have our core colours that are always in stock. So I always like to just do 2 thin coats and cure in between. I also like to do 2 nails at a time with the Brush Up Builder gel, just because I feel that if I did any more, the gel would move and maybe run into the cuticles. So I always just do 2 nails and then cure, and then go and do my other 2 nails and then my second coat. Again, 2 at a time. Also, Harley, our Labradoodle, sat like this the whole time. To finish then, I added my shiny top coat on the dark brown nails, so the Brown Eyed Girl, and then I used my matte top coat on top of Cocoa, because this is where I added my marble ink. So the marble inks I used was number 7 and number 8. Number 7 is the brown colour, so I just dab on my ink and then dab on the number 8, which is like the clear gel. It kind of just disperses the coloured one a wee bit better. Once you're happy with that, it just dries. I then added my foil transfer gel and cured for 2 minutes. I crunched up my foil just to make it easier that it doesn't come out in big clumps. Dabbed this on and then finished with my top coat. This is a super simple nail art tutorial. I absolutely love the marble inks, and then this was them in the daylight. Hope you all enjoyed that little infill tutorial. Mum's happy now that she's got her brush and builder gel on. I absolutely love brush and builder gel. It's just a little bit thicker. I still use my strengthener. And it comes in loads of little core colours, and then new colours are always released. At the minute we have really like colourful jelly kind of colours out. I will link them in the little description below if you want to get your hands on them. And yes, hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, we really appreciate it, and I will see you all next week. Bye.